Mosquitoes' expensive sting. Indians are spending thousands of crores every year for protection. It is 8 at night. A light, cool breeze is blowing outside the house. But as soon as the door opens, a very tiny enemy slips inside. Its sound is so faint that at first it is not even noticed. But within a few seconds, the hand automatically goes near the ear. One mosquito, just one mosquito, and the whole house becomes restless. The child leaves his studies and starts scratching. The elderly hide their feet inside the sheet, and the mother immediately asks, "Did you apply repellent?" The fear begins here, because this is not just a small biting nuisance. Behind this tiny sting, the risk of diseases like dengue, malaria, chikungunya, Zika, and Japanese encephalitis may be hidden. And the curiosity is that the mosquito we try to kill with our hands is the same mosquito from which people in India are spending thousands of crores of rupees every year to protect themselves. The amount is so large that it may sound like we are talking about a big industry, but the truth is that this expense is connected to our homes, our pockets, and our sleep at night. Think about what an ordinary Indian family's evening looks like. Whether it is summer, the rainy season, or changing weather, one thing is almost certain in the house. Somewhere a coil is burning, somewhere a liquid vaporizer is plugged in, somewhere spray is being used, somewhere cream is applied to a child, and somewhere grandmother still considers the mosquito net the safest method. From the outside, this looks like a small expense. One refill a month, one spray, a few coils or patches. But when this same expense is repeated daily in crores of homes, its size becomes shocking. According to the report by Grandview Research and Horizon Data Book, India's insect repellent market generated revenue of around $402 million in 2025, and it is estimated to reach around $755 million by 2033. In Indian rupees, this market comes to around 3,350 crore in 2025, and in the coming years it may move toward almost doubling. This money is not being spent on luxury, but on protection from fear. This is an expense that people do not make out of joy, but out of compulsion. Because a mosquito bite does not only cause irritation, many times it brings a hospital bill, leave from work, a child's illness, and worry for the entire family. In villages, people start closing doors and windows as evening falls. Even inside high-rise flats in cities, the mosquito problem has not ended. Construction sites, open drains, water collected in coolers, trays of flower pots, old tires kept on rooftops, and stagnant water in lanes. All these become breeding grounds for mosquitoes. That means the mosquito does not see poverty or wealth. It exists in slums, in apartments, in farmhouses, and even in office cabins. The biggest misconception is that people think mosquitoes increase only during the rains. But the reality is that wherever water stops, the danger begins. The Aedes mosquito, which spreads dengue, can often breed even in clean stagnant water. So a house may look clean, but that does not necessarily mean it is safe. Many times the danger is hidden in a small balcony pot, old water in a cooler, or a fridge tray. According to the WHO, vector-borne diseases are linked to more than 7 lakh deaths every year across the world. These diseases include malaria, dengue, Japanese encephalitis, and many other infections. That is why protection from mosquitoes has now become not just a small household habit, but a major question of public health. When a mosquito bites an infected person and then bites another person, a chain of disease transmission can begin. Sometimes this chain affects an entire area. In a country like India, this problem becomes even more serious because climate, population, density, and urbanization together create favorable conditions for mosquitoes. Cities are expanding fast, but drainage and waste management do not become stronger at the same speed. A small negligence can become the reason for a major outbreak. Now the question is, why are people spending so much money? The answer is very simple. Fear. Parents want the child to sleep peacefully at night. The elderly want protection from illness. Working people do not want several days of work to stop because of fever. And this fear is making the market bigger. Today, mosquito repellent is not limited only to coils. The market has expanded to liquid vaporizers, sprays, creams, roll-ons, patches, incense sticks, electric machines, and natural oil-based products. Companies are no longer selling only drive-away mosquitoes, they are selling family protection. In advertisements, a sleeping child is shown, a worried mother is shown, and then a product is shown that makes the night safe. This emotional connection forces the consumer to buy. But there is another side to the story. Buying repellent may be necessary, but it is not the only solution. If water remains collected around the house, drains remain open, coolers are not cleaned, and cleanliness does not happen at the community level, the expense will keep rising, but the danger will not end. In India, the National Center for Vector-Borne Diseases Control also considers community support and awareness very important for diseases like dengue and chikungunya. Especially in urban areas, cases can rise when Aedes mosquitoes get a favorable environment. That means this fight cannot be won by one family alone. If your house is clean, but water is collected in the neighborhood, the danger will still remain. If some people in one society are careful and some people allow water to remain in junk kept on the roof, the mosquito does not respect the boundary of one house. That is why a mosquito sting is not just a health issue, it is an economic issue too. Think about where the expenses go when someone falls sick. Doctor's fee, tests, medicines, hospital admission, travel, loss of work, children missing school, and the mental stress of the entire family. Many times the small expense on repellent is an attempt to avoid the larger hospital expense. But it is also true that every family does not have the same purchasing power. Some people buy branded vaporizers, some buy local coils, and some still depend on smoke or traditional methods. For poor families, mosquito protection is also an expense that has to be given space in the monthly budget. And when illness occurs, these same families come under the greatest economic pressure. Another factor in the growth of this market is awareness.
Earlier, people used to consider fever as ordinary fever. Now, words like dengue test, platelet count, and malaria test have become part of common conversation. Social media, news reports, and health campaigns have made people more alert. Now, when people see a mosquito, they do not just slap it with their hands, they look for a product. But caution is also necessary here. Every product should be used with understanding. Excessive use of coils, sprays, or chemical products in a closed room can cause trouble, especially for children, the elderly, and people with breathing problems. So it is important to read the product label, keep ventilation, and follow safety instructions. The safest strategy is the one in which two things move together. 1. Stopping mosquitoes from biting. 2. Stopping mosquitoes from being born. Repellent helps in the first thing, but not allowing water to collect is the second and more permanent thing. Changing cooler water every week, emptying flower pot trays, removing boxes or tires lying on the roof, keeping the water tank covered, installing mesh on windows, and making children wear full sleeves in the evening. These are small steps, but the impact can be big. A mosquito net is still a very practical method, especially for small children and the elderly. The story of mosquitoes teaches us a big lesson. Many times, the most expensive threat is the one we consider very small. A tiny sting does not only cause itching, it can affect the sleep, health, and budget of the entire house. So when we talk about a market of more than 3,000 crore, this is not just the story of companies' earnings. It is the story of Indian families' anxiety. Today, people in India are spending thousands of crores to protect themselves from mosquitoes. And in the coming years, this expense may increase even more. But the real question is whether we will become safe just by buying products or whether we will also have to change our lanes, rooftops, drains, and habits. Because the real strength of a mosquito is not hidden in its wings, but in our negligence. And the day this is understood in every home, whether the expense on repellent reduces or not, the fear of disease can certainly reduce. So the next time that faint sound comes near your ear at night, do not think of it as just a nuisance. It is a warning. A warning that safety will not come only from the machine plugged into the socket, but from clean water, clean surroundings, and aware habits. The mosquito is small, but its sting is expensive. And protection from this expensive sting begins not from the market, but from our own home.
If this video has taught you something new, or if you feel this information should reach more people, don't forget to like and share the video. Your small share can become valuable and useful information for someone else. If you have any questions related to this topic, or if you would like to share your opinion with us, be sure to write in the comment box. We read every question and suggestion from you, because your feedback inspires us to create better content. And if you want to keep receiving such interesting and reliable information about business, the economy, and the world in the future, then don't forget to subscribe to our channel GRT Business and also press the bell icon so that you get notifications of every new video directly. At GRT Business, we always strive to provide you with accurate, balanced, and reliable information. Our news and analysis are prepared based on information obtained from various news agencies, public sources, and public opinion. We make every effort to verify and validate each fact as much as possible. But in case of any possible error or dispute, the responsibility lies with the respective sources. Our only aim is to present you with a correct and trustworthy perspective so that you can understand any topic better.